Hey, do y'all know I can predict the future? How cool is that? Just got to do a little bit of math. So let's look at this example right here. We got this random YouTuber. It's got 400,000 subscribers. That's a pretty good channel right there. Number of subscribers he gets grows at a rate of 6% each year. Will this YouTuber have 600,000 subscribers in 6 years? So what are we talking about here? This is exponential growth rate, okay? You can have exponential growth if it's growing, or exponential decay if you're losing subscribers over a period of time. So let's first start by showing what the function is going to be written as. Y equals A, which is going to be your initial amount. This is what you started with. In this case, it's 400,000. You need to then multiply it by, you're always going to have a 1, either plus or minus your rate. Okay? Now your rate is given as a percentage in this case, which means we need to convert from a percentage to a decimal when we go and put that number in. So real quick, let's just put 6% off to the side. This is a very big, important piece of information. 6%, a lot of times kids, when they convert from percent to decimal, if it's a single digit, they'll give me 0.6. Don't do that. That is wrong. It is not 0.6. To convert from percentage to decimal, you take the decimal and move it back 2 places. So this is 0.06 or 6 hundredths. That's what you're going to want to put in for R. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that number off to the side because we're going to use it here in a little bit. And then up above here, we need an exponent of t. Now you could probably guess what t is representing, but if you're not sure, it's time. Okay, so we got y equals a, our initial amount, 1 plus or minus our rate of change to the power of the time we're talking about. Well, which decides if it's plus or if it's minus? Well, if we're growing, we need to add to 1, which is representing 100%, right? We need to add to that 100% so we have the extra 6% on top, okay? So adding if you're growing, but if this would have said the number of subscribers goes down at a rate of 6%, we need to take 6% away from 1, okay? So you would have taken 0.06 away from 1. All right, so enough talking about that. Let's fill in our values. We got y equals a, our initial amount, 400,000. We need to then multiply that by 1 plus, since we're growing, my rate of change, which is 6%, which as a decimal is 0.06. 0.06 to the power of t. How long were we talking about? We want to know in 6 years if we're going to be at 600,000 subscribers or not. So now we just plug this information in. We work it out using PEMDAS, our order of operations, and we hope that our number is above 600,000. Let's find out. 1 plus 0.06, that's just 1.06. You'll have to take that, put it to the power of 6, and then you'll multiply it by 400,000 at the end. So 1.06 to the power of 6. Grab a calculator. That'll do the work for you. Oh, I've got to grab one with some batteries in it probably, huh? 1.06 to the power of 6. Keep that number in your calculator and then just say times 400,000. Times 400,000. What I'm left with is 567,407.64. Okay, I'm looking at that number. Now, if we're talking about the amount of subscribers, we can't have decimals of subscribers, right? It's either 1 subscriber, 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers. It's got to be integers. So that 6 is, I'm going to bump that up to an 8. Let's just say approximately, well, I can look at this YouTuber and say, hey, 6 years, you stay at that rate, you're going to have 567,408 subscribers. Great growth, but not quite 600,000 like the question was asking. So we can make predictions. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind, is this a guarantee? 6 years from now, is that exactly how many subscribers that channel is going to have? No. This is a prediction. This is using the data from the past to help predict things for the future and follow the trend to see where we go. All right, this is how math is important. It kind of helps us to make predictions, see things in the future, things we might need to know or want to know. I don't know about you, but if I'm making a channel, I might want to know how long it's going to take based off of what it's done in the past. How long is this thing going to take until it gets to a point where I want it to be? All right, hopefully that makes sense. Exponential growth versus exponential decay. Decay, you would subtract, growth, you add. Hopefully this makes sense. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.